Welcome to your Deluxe Astrological Natal Chart Report. Thank you infinitely for your investment and trust, and I hope you gain the utmost of quality from this report. And I do see, oh wow, I was closing my eyes when I was saying that, and so your chart came as a complete and total shock to me, which I would also imagine is other people's reaction when they see you. They just get completely jolted, like, whoa! And I mean that in a super awesome way. However, you may find that people react in an either super intimidated way or a super wow in awe of you. So right off the bat, your chart is wow. Like, wow. Okay, but other than that, I do see you have your rising in Libra, your sun in Aries, and your moon in Gemini, and your south node is in Gemini. Jesus to the Christ. This chart is bananas. Bananas. There is a lot to unpack in this chart. This is wow. Okay. I personally like to be surprised when I read a chart, just so I can get that first impression and see all the energy. And the reason why I'm marveling so much is due to the precision and the proximity you have with so many relevant aspects, which compared to other charts, literally extremely defines your character in ways that really represent cosmic and archetypal forces through you, and also to awaken at others. So without being too long drawn out, the first thing right off the bat that we need to establish is that you are an alien. So we are going to do your progress chart. And I actually messed up in the beginning. This is not a Deluxe Astro report. This is Deluxe Progress Chart report. But the first thing I want to establish for the next couple of minutes is the base from which we're going to progress from. Because right off the bat, which I'm going to also include links to, you are not only an alien, which is a very rare percentage of the world population. Not only are you an alien, but you simultaneously at birth, like myself, are a Saturnian alien. But unlike myself, you're also a Pluto instrument alien. And it's extremely significant that your moon and AC have such close orbs to these aspects. It means there was intention and, purpose to this. And on top of that, it's super powerful. So if we go based on that, we do see that Pluto on your sun, opposite your sun, and on your rising gives you that instrument quality of Pluto. And in the air sign that actually connects with Saturn on your soul, giving you soul authority of the truth to also, executioner and act on that with God of War Mars. And oh my gosh, that is so awesome. And I really want to emphasize that, because now that we look into your progression, when we look at Pluto oppositions, if you think of Pluto opposite the sun, I would like to reference Chris Brown and Tekashi 6ix9ine. Chris Brown, when you say his name, people are either like extremely hate him or extremely obsessed with him. And with 6ix9ine, it's similar. These are both Taurus suns who have Pluto in Scorpio. So you preceded that. Before that got passed on to Gemini and Pluto Sag, you had Pluto Libra and the Aries sun. So we see the progress chart here in green based on this natal. And I just kind of want to emphasize this because you have this not as intensely as Taurus and Scorpio, but it's the original opposition where your very nature is controversial, but thankfully you identify with this opposition and know how to literally flip it on people, which now comes into the unconventional healing dynamics. It's also safe to say you're Uranian instrument alien. Uranian instrument aliens can literally see the future, talk to anyone in any station and status, use their bodies as an amplifier of energy, free others from self-imposed limitations. And this is really just the tip of an iceberg. It's really just going to speak more so, especially of the innovative nature of your genius in your personality that makes you both intimidating but also electric. So this is going to make social interactions not only extreme, but with the mastery of soul that you possess or be, this gives you mastered authority over truth. When it comes to the truth, you have internal authority. So whatever you feel is true, you have to start there first and act on that. This is what's going to aid your cardinal force, spirit force in Aries. So this is so amazing because when we look at progress charts, we look at the lunar cycle. And not just the lunar cycle, we also have to look at what sign the progressed moon is in. And this is so awesome. You and I are actually on the same soul chain. So, and I'm gonna do a video about this, but this is actually what unites people who are born all across time, even people who may be deceased. Because after someone is dead physically, their moon sign still travels and progresses, whereas maybe they won't have their sun sign or other planets. So like whenever the astronomical odds of your progressed moon traveling with another person's progressed moon shows that your souls travel. For example, I just progressed into Pisces recently. Your progressed moon is 5 degrees Pisces. So you and I are like 4 degrees, you and I are 4 degrees of progression apart. And so now it's not a coincidence that my sun is not only on your moon, but also on your south node and your Venus on my north node. So that really kind of lends credence to how, souls kind of connect and travel together. And it's not just limited to the conjunction. Like everyone has their own unique arrangement, but thank you, because this is how your moon has helped me become aware of this deeper understanding of truth, which is just, my mind is now flabbergasted. So we see that as the true warrior, the enlightened original, you have progressed your spirit into the producer. This is great to see because you were clearly born after the new moon in Aries. So then you had your full moon in Libra, and then you had the new moon in Taurus. So you recently completed the full moon in Scorpio. You got two progressions. I just completed my first one. I went from Gemini to Cancer, and now my moon's in Pisces. You already completed the second go around, so you're very advanced. and you're coming into the Enlightenment chapter. This is, oh my goodness. I know you feel this right now. You're literally on the precipice over the next 10 years, and you'll feel this shift. Every single year is going to get more intense because Uranus is, this is timed so well. This is timed so badass. So when, I hate to go off tangent, but your moon, Saturn is a god of time. So like your soul has such true timing that everything in your life is timed because of you. Like it's actually ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous because the way this is timed, oh my goodness. The way that this is, your progression is timing out is so gangster. It's not even funny. So in 7 years, you're going to go into Gemini, and then you're going to step into a whole new enlightenment chapter that you purposefully timed so that you can take the spark of primordial light that you expressed from your spirit and take that torch to light and activate and power your soul. You're stepping into the most significant time of your life, and the fact that you got this progression now is testament to your literal completion of the work necessary to ground this in your body, which you will personify as dealing with other people and holding space, because now it's clear that you're doing everything you're doing in service of other people, individually to yourself, or individually to them, but like you've completed the work. You're literally wrapping up your life's worth, and now you're getting ready to step into enlightenment, which may even feel like it's just the beginning, but it should feel like one life is ending and a whole new spiritual life is about to begin. And you're literally completing this. Oh my gosh, this is so badass. Okay, your soul is literally in Pisces now. Okay. Evolving. Oh, thank God. 6:18 p.m. Your soul is literally in Pisces, evolving, okay, as we speak. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And then Jupiter is evolving your natal Mercury. I've never seen a progression like this ever in my life. This is crazy. Because like you already had two, like the state of the soul potential, and my bad. Like, it's very important to follow the progressed sun because that gives you awareness. But, like, the story is really your progressed moon. The progressed moon is the most important part of the chart because the moon is who you are at your core. The sun is how you express your core. It's what everything revolves around, right? But, like, this progressed moon story is you completing at a divine level the final understanding of the values you've evolved to, because the story of Aries progressing to Taurus is the warrior becoming the connoisseur, the warrior becoming king, the natural grounded king of nature. And it represents the spirit fleshing in body and the instinctual nature of the spirit to now be grounded on solid values. You're now becoming your self-esteem and mastering your body so that your action is grounded with physical strength. It's actually the most underrated progression because nothing is more fundamental than Aries to Taurus. And so you wrapping up Taurus is now getting you ready for the fun part, because as a Gemini, it's not easy to progress through Cancer. Like as an Aries, it's not easy to progress through Taurus because it's like, I just can't wait to get the Leo. Just like once your mind is already in Gemini, so your mind has already reached enlightenment. The way you process with your body, and you're just like there, and your spirit is on the way. So you're already there. And I mean, you're born with your soul there. So you already have a pipeline, but it's extremely significant that your soul over the last month has just evolved over Jupiter. This is going to happen every 30 years. What's happening right now will happen in another 29 to 30 years. So keep that in mind. This is what makes this so significant. And if we look at the alignment, that is just wild. Okay, Venus is already blessed your spirit. You're coming through a Chiron return. Jupiter is progressing and evolving your mind while your progressed mind is in Gemini. And the most significant thing now is you're experiencing divinity. So the moon's transit through all 12 signs in its 30-year transit while the sun goes through one sign is taking the sun sign through all 12 levels of zodiac power or awareness or receptivity, since it's the moon. So if we take this back, remember, we want to look at the lunar cycle. So you're coming into a closing sextile before you have the balsamic phase and then step fully into enlightenment. It takes the moon 2.5 days to go through a sign. So it takes, and 1 day for the sun to go a degree. So in the progress chart, it takes every year is a day, or I'm sorry, it takes 2.5 years to go through for the moon, and every year the sun shifts a degree, which is why your chart is that of August 15th. No, May 15th, because every day since you were born, every year since you were born, your natal chart shifted a day. Which, honestly, I used to think this was junk astrology. I was like, how is this even accurate? And little did I know, this is like even more accurate than your natal chart. So yeah, it's profound, because you coming into this closing sextile, if we take this back, you were born after the new moon. So as the Gemini signature, because you have the opening sextile, you're the sole authority expression of true power, true original power, the true fire that sparks. And you now progressed into the moon in Libra, give or take 7 to 8 years later. And this is where you came into the full moon in Libra, the completion. When you have full moon transits, this is where you come into the completions of those cycles. The first one I had, because I was born after a full moon, so the first one I came into was recently, and this was when I broke through. This is when I started working for Lada, and my business also started doing like incredible, or at least breaking through. And so the full moon represents like the success you achieve in life that you harvest over from the full moon to the third quarter square. And so you did that from Libra to Cap, and then you had your new moon in Taurus. And then new moon in Taurus led to the first quarter square. So the significance of the Aries progression in the Taurus is mastering the identity to become queen in your case. And so the first quarter square shortly after birth was so that you can develop sincerity of how you feel about your power. And see, since you're Libra rising, this flips it on its head. So you share that with the world. And then this completes in Libra, where now you are receptive to how other people feel and what's fair for other people, which you identify with, so that you can fully be your raw self. And this led to the third quarter square. These are the rules. Okay, this is the collective power. This is the highest authority, which mirrors Saturn, that you understand internally, to that you adjust your identity with, right? Your higher self. And now that led to making the right direction to manifest into Taurus. And so you had the new moon in Taurus, grounded values, and appreciation for yourself. This was the first quarter square now in Leo. And that square is, okay, I appreciate myself. How much courage do I have to love myself? which you, as dealing with others, you had to feel that with, you know, how could your self-love reflect in the courage you have to share that with your friends. And now this completed in the full moon in Scorpio progress transit. So you have 2 completed transits. That's OG. That is OG. And soon you'll have 3. And oh my gosh, that's so badass. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. You are so badass. You are so badass. You are so badass. And you're teaching me a whole lot about how progressions work. And I thank you so much. So like, wow. Oh my goodness. Your soul is a literal launch pad. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so lit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't even think this is professional. Like, I should not be freaking out, but I'm so sorry. This is like, this is beyond incredible. Okay. So like, you had your full moon progress Scorpio. This is so important because your full moon progress Scorpio is what you needed to set the stage for what you're about to do. Oh my goodness, you're about to do some amazingly divine exploits that is just like, this is going to confirm the controversial nature. You were born controversial. The Pluto opposition makes it hard for people to really put a finger on you because like you bring this originality and intensity of situations that may go against postmodern conventional norm, because you're here to transform and innovate society, but not just society, social interactions with people and how people identify themselves, which is why you also have Chiron here. So it may have been a battle to kind of for acceptance, not from others, but with others. It's very interesting. But the full moon in Scorpio now fully evolved, okay, your Aries spirit fleshed in a Taurus at the core, so that you have the deep wisdom to complete this common sense values and the desire to complete the appreciation. This led to the 3rd quarter square. Now you came in Aquarius, where you recently just completed. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You recently just completed this. So you recently just completed the 3rd quarter square in Taurus. This is the last stage where you now come into knowledge to affirm your value. And not just knowledge, it's the final stage of detached love, where you're coming into, the reason why it's a square is because Taurus now has to adjust to what Aquarius has revealed so that it can now complete its value in the knowledge of your value, right? The knowledge of your body. And now you're completing this perception in Pisces to get the ultimate understanding. And so when it goes into Aries, you're going to release the old understanding of yourself with new fire. And during this phase, the sun's going to go into Gemini, and you will progress into the Enlightenment Phase. This is going to be the best phase of your life. You're going to literally become a spirit angel, which is not redundant, but amazing, because you're already a soul king angel. Like, your soul is already OD powerful, like super angelically powerful. Like, you have the Lord of Karma and the God of War. Like, your soul is literally like, who wants it? Who wants it though? Who wants it? Who wants it? And like, I don't think, and then you already have the warrior's spirit. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the reason why I was freaking out is because, first of all, you're completing this Taurus transit definitively. You finished the squares, and so you want to think of this as the balsamic phase and lead everything up until 7 years from now. But really the new moon in Gemini, which we might as well just take a sneak peek into the future. It looks like it's gonna be 2027. Oh my goodness. What do you know? Oh, it looks like it's actually going to be 0 degrees. There we go. Wow. So profound. So profound. So profound. I can't believe it. I can't even believe it. Okay, so January 2027, you're going, oh my goodness. Oh my, I want to flip my computer table over right now. Are you serious? Wow. Oh my God. The astronomical odds of having a 30-degree Taurus, 0 degree. Are you serious? What? Wow. Okay. All right. This is okay. I'm sorry. This is not. All right. So, wow. This wasn't even what I was flipping bricks over earlier about, but this just makes this even more profound. So here you go with your 0 degree Gemini new moon. That's how you're about to start the next cycle off. And the Taurus Gemini axis is when the spirit becomes a master. So you just turned grapes from Aries into fine wine in Taurus. Taurus masters the 5 senses and appreciation. And now into Gemini is where your spirit reaches enlightenment, angelic being. And this is how you take your 5 senses and now open up your mind. And you now are the third party experiencing reality. This is a textbook initiation into magical awareness. You're already born with soul magic. So it's not like you're not versed in magic, but now your spirit is coming into angelic awareness and magical awareness. It's like taking an NZT pill, which should probably feel like it before then. But so not only is this happening January 19th, it gets even freakier. If we see that Uranus is in Taurus here. If we look at January 19th, 2027. Was it the 19th? January 15th. We see Uranus is going to be 1 degree. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is, wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. 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 So you have confirmed without a shadow of a doubt that Saturn is the master of time. And there's no debate, there's no arguing, because like that is Saturn's signature. And now this also applies to everyone else's timing, but your timing is a little bit too on point. I'm just have to say that right there. There's something about your timing that needs to be discussed, and you can't even act like you don't know. You can't even act like this has not been your whole entire life. So like, wow, that's all I can say. Now let me please explain why I was flipping bricks earlier. I mean, just like, just going crazy in my mind earlier. So we've already established that you're literally on the precipice of a supernaturally enlightened initiation into magic, which is just utterly insane, which makes sense seeing that you have Uranus on your rising. So there's nothing normal about you or your life because you're just here to literally ascend visuals, which I'll get to that see, because the North Node in Sagittarius is so much more significant, seeing that Saturn, your moon, and Mars is the South Nodal resource. We know that right now the North Node is actually in your moon right now. So this is why you're destined to uncover, especially through me, because now I'm giving you awareness of this. your soul is so divinely and magically intelligent that you summoned me to give you spiritual awareness about the destiny of your soul. And if that's not gangster, I really don't know what else is. Like, and you're putting me on, like, this is amazing. Like, your son's on my Mars too, so this is really interesting. I feel like we're kind of mutually activating energies here, but I just want to establish that not only are you coming into this ultra divine mega enlightenment, because let me tell you, the potency of new moon cycles are so potent. When I had my new moon in Cancer, because I was born Gemini, right? So when I actually had my first and only so far new moon transit, that the in Cancer, that was literally the day that I was supposed to travel to Nigeria to go to boarding school, which was also 9/11. So yeah, 2001. So trust me when I say, especially given this climate, it's so amazing how Uranus is going to be naturally perfectly aligning with this. So when you start it, you have that Uranian power, which is also something that you've inherited when Uranus went over your sun in Aries. The channeling of high frequency being, shocking others into reality, amongst other things. So I'm going to attach that here too. So for that to kind of coincide with your progressed chart, it's just insane. It's just insane. That's just like, wow. And wow. Wowzers. So we've already established that you're coming into the third, and we know the third time is the charm. So you're already starting with a bang. And now this is going to give new meaning to Neptune and your North Node in Sag. The purpose of this third go around is to now fulfill your destiny. And we see that your destiny is in the third house with Neptune. When the North Node's in the third house, it's your destiny to speak up about what pertains to the third house in Sagittarius. Freedom, spirit magic, life magic, but realistically, meaning. And so, given the experience around you, you are meant to really speak up, not necessarily in a because we don't have to just say Sagittarius is philosophy, but in a way that really reflects the inherent God or goddess in people. Let me not say those words. Ascension, and see, I didn't mean to really sugarcoat it because I wanted to give a more realistic sense, but there's nothing realistic about this because this is totally like supernatural. So it's like with Neptune here, you're able to kind of show people an ascended way of being. But I hate to, but when I say that, it sounds like, Dragon Ball Z, like crazy stuff, when really it's just super mundane. It's not like anything dramatic is happening all the time. You're able to show people how the mundane is super magical and how everything that is already happening is actually more magical than they may be aware. And like whether you like directly tell them or not, just in your presence, your actions pretty much facilitate this and shock people. That's why I looked at your chart and I was like, oh, wow. Like, whoa, you shocked me. Like, damn. Okay. And then not only that, and that's amazing. Like, see how my energy is amp and I'm all like excited. This is what you bless people with. My energy is compatible with it. For some others, it could be kind of irritating because they may have stuck energy they're holding on to, and now you're shaking them out of that. Even though now you've progressed into divine production or divine solid earth, the divine mastery of grounded values leading into enlightenment, which is just profound, super duper profound. And if I can say it one more time, super profound. Oh my goodness. You want to really take the next 7 years during this 8th house transit to, I would personally relax, because there's still a lot of work to be done, you may say, but you want to think of this as the harvest. You're harvesting this full moon transit. Now that you're going from 3rd quarter square to new moon, this is the part of the progressed phase where you have already harvested the crops, and now you're clearing the field and you're preparing for the new moon where you're going to plant the seeds. And so when you're clearing the field, you're picking up all the weeds, and this is representative of reflection and understanding of how to prepare for the next cycle. It's just, this is also coinciding with other cycles in life and other people's cycles and other, standards. So, especially in Pisces, you and I have moon progressed in Pisces. You've not only kicked down the door. I don't have anything in Pisces. Neptune's in Pisces, but you're having a party in Pisces. It's like, I feel like Pisces progressions for you is like after you've completed and Jupiter's like, welcome back, Carly. Welcome back, Queen Carly. Thank you for your service. Here, just enjoy, courtesy of Jupiter and Mercury. And you're just super into it. I'm just so amazed, because once again, the progressed moon gives the flavor. When my progressed moon was in Sag, I was going out all the time. When it was in Capricorn, I was working all the time. When it was in Aquarius, I finished college, and I was really just more coming into knowledge. And now it's in Pisces, and I feel like it's going to be a magical adventure. The progression through Pisces really gives one the complete understanding of that sign before the cycle starts anew in Aries, and also transcends the divine experience. So you're gaining a divine receptivity to the physical awareness through your senses, which is literally divine. It's heavenly. And Neptune's in Pisces right now, so we also have to figure in the current transits. Why I was flipping bricks earlier is because once you step into that Gemini transit, we know that it's your destiny to really come into ascension, like ascension talk. Neptune is going to really bring in the more Transsaturnian, out of the system, abstract divinity and transcendence here, because Neptune is the astral realm. So your soul, once it goes into Gemini, is going to become full in Sagittarius. And so while your sun is going to progress over your moon to anchor and activate your soul's magic power, your soul is going to make it from the south node to the north node, and it's literally going to ascend. You're about to ascend. You're going to have a textbook soul ascension into light. So, your soul still continues its progression and goes on, but I believe and think that this is what you're preparing for, which is not only beyond gnarly, but like wowzers. Let's see, 46? Maybe? Oh, that's past it. Okay. Oh, and the sun will be 19. So the sun will not be completely over your moon when this happens. Let's say 44. No, that's Capricorn. Let's say 42. So 2041, boom. This is 6 months after the completion of the full moon, and then boom. So this is definitely going to be very significant. This completion is going to fulfill your destiny, your soul at a soul level. And everything after that will just be pure ascension. And wow, that was just fascinating to see. What a story, what an arc. And I believe if we are to look again at 2041, we also see that your rising sign will be coming near the end of Scorpio. So you'll be coming into closer identification with this primordial creator energy. Very fascinating, very fascinating. So yeah, we do see that everything up until 2027 January is preparing you for enlightenment. And we need to really look at the significance of your spirit reaching your soul and your soul reaching your north node. This is not only passing the torch to your spirit, but your soul fulfilling the ascension necessary to transcend and go through your own personal gauntlet, as it'll pass through Pluto and then Uranus and then Neptune and then the nodes. So we do know that Venus has progressed from Aquarius and has made it to your sun. The significance of Venus representing your heart progressing over your spirit represents more so a polishing of how you actually now master the beauty of expressing your heart through your spirit. This hits home because my sun is 20 degrees and Venus is literally 19 right now. So it's really about to go over there. Your Mercury has also gone over your sun. However, seeing that Venus is coming into Chiron could also be indicative of you experiencing true love. Venus and Chiron together create a true love aspect because Chiron allows Venus and Venus allows Chiron to be vulnerable and to highlight this really clear feeling in the heart, which in Aries will be passionate. So this could be indicative around this time of you manifesting this, if at least in a sense where you have this open connection with anyone you're with, but can also indicate romance that you are blessed with through a Venus archetypal individual. But it's extremely significant that you are coming off this Venus aspect because you're also empowering this. Venus in Aquarius is a mastered sense of the knowledge of beauty, which gives your Venus in Aqua cosmic heart, a strong heart through the mind, and pretty detached. And then it's a part of the Grand Air Trine. That's so awesome. So it's very advanced, and we see that it's progressed through divinity to gain unconditional loving quality, and now it being in Aries, it's the warrior heart. And so this is now taking the knowledge of heart, the divine magic of heart, and empowering it through your identity, fleshing it through your spirit. The opposition through Pluto was a tough trial just to kind of step deeper into that intensity. And Uranus will push to really make unconventional how direct you are with this warrior nature of heart. But we have to take into account the Mars transit right now and Chiron. This Chiron return is having you master this narrative of being vulnerable about your raw original expression, which is the key towards this transmutation process. Mercury has now gained and has long since gained enlightenment, with it being 6 degrees. And I would say the most important part of this is the opposition that is really set to happen when it reaches 9 degrees. And Neptune is retrograde 8. So 8 and 9 is going to be very pivotal here, especially when we take into account that this will represent an ascension of some sorts, where your mind will come into transcendence. Mercury at this enlightened quality is also squaring your Jupiter, Mercury, and Pisces. And so this is having to augment the divine quality of your mind that thinks in abstracts and is able to now piece together things in a whole with what's actually true, processing information in ways that are more rational and logical, that will extend forth your Pisces mind, but will also allow you to flesh out the truth in multiple possibilities that you see. This is actually a super complex, this is ridiculous. This is very ridiculous, because this is a T-square with Neptune and Mercury, but the Neptune is in Pisces right now. And then you have your progressed Jupiter. So this is literally the ability to, at will, process information like you had the limitless pill. It is the sun in Gemini that will power this ability, though. So you want to think of your mind creating the neural pathways now, being able to think in ways outside the box and outside. It's like utilizing your imagination in ways that can integrate and overlap with this reality and affect things in this reality. Taking your imagination that's super divine and magical, and now using the spoken word to warp reality with your mind. And this Neptune opposition is going to connect this mental processing ability with clairvoyant ability, which is even more badass because the South Node is unlocking this through your destiny, and also with the South Node that will go over Neptune. So this timing is just brought to you by pure perfection, because this is wow. And well, if we keep going further, we see that Mars, which gained enlightened prominence in Gemini, has fallen in Cancer. However, because it's exalted in the 10th house, this is actually more powerful. We even see Saturn has gone 2 degrees Cancer. So Saturn, at its detriment, is signifying the flipping on its head, taking the disadvantageous weakness of these energies being in this sign and turning it into a strength, which is insane. This is the genius of Uranus in your chart, taking a potentially disadvantageous thing and making it a complete win. It doesn't take away the consequence or struggles of it, but it allows you to be able to actually literally flip it on its head. So this is now taking the magic power that you were born with and fleshing it through holy energy in Cancer in cardinal emotional projection and action, where the thoughts that you have aid the feelings that you project leading into the heart, which progressing into your 10th house is converting the 9th house perception of your career into actually taking that action, which is awesome. So other than that, I would definitely like to add that with Mars that it has progressed into Cancer like so, its trine to this Piscean energy is definitely going to aid in how powerfully you can feel the assertion and desire that points you in the right direction. And its opposition to this Capricorn energy was really just meant to set in place the courage and confidence to feel what you want, aligned in integrity, but not the integrity enforced by others, the integrity that you feel in your soul. That's more about being true to you than conventionally right or wrong. It still definitely do want to illustrate the moon in Pisces and end this reading off here, you are definitely in a position now where you can, relative to your natal chart, really feel into the divine essence of your lifestyle, which in the progressed fifth will now make the process of this fun as you're transcending this. Every 30 years you come into this personal sense of soul evolution that lasts the whole moon in Pisces transit, and will be so much more awesome because 2.5 years from now Neptune will be nearing the end of Pisces, with Saturn just entering it, anchoring this experience, divine experience. So progressed moon in Pisces transits build off on Aries to Aquarius so that you can actually come into transcendent abilities. This is where you experience everything you've been downloading and upgrading to put it all together, and then boom, you take new initial action in Aries because you identify with this newly. But here's the significance, though. Your identification of this newly will be a part of a balsamic phase. It's ironic because everything that you're coming in identification with, you'll have to release as you're preparing for enlightenment. This won't be the same when the sun is coming into Cancer out of Gemini, where instead the balsamic phase may be in Taurus. So that's just so you definitely want to think of this moon in Pisces for you as the 2.5 year period where all your dreams and wishes will come true. And I mean all your dreams and wishes leading into enlightenment. This is 11th house to your Taurus sun. So you've just completed the third quarter square harvest from the full moon, and now the 11th house is the gains from that career. And so for the next 25 months, you want to really think of that as really experiencing the divine rewards. So Jupiter here and Mercury is definitely having you feel into that, and you're going to be integrating this in your lifestyle and how you live, which is truly divine. And as it goes through Neptune, this is definitely going to also ascend and transcend how you harness your soul's abilities and feel about your soul. It squaring your Gemini moon is meant to give you mutual receptivity, because it's not a coincidence that your progressed Mercury is in a sign of your moon and your progressed moon is in a sign of your natal Mercury. So you can literally, through mind and soul, feel what's truly real here, but then what's happening in the spiritual realm. And it's definitely now expanding with Jupiter your capacity to be in both places at the same time while still being aware of this physical experience through your imagination and how you communicate that vocally, and then connect that with other people, and then fulfill your destiny, which is showing people this as an artist or agent of the divine. So thank you very much once again for ordering this report. This was definitely super amazing. I hope you enjoyed this. I look forward to your feedback, and you stay blessed as always. Until next time, peace out. And thank you very much once again for ordering this report.